back to another episode of Realty Talk. I am not your host, and if you think that I am, well, you have another thing coming. I won't waste any time on introducing our podcast host, so here he is, Anthony Joplin. Anthony, how in the Oogie Boogie Bash are ya?
If I was any better, I'd be Jack Skellington.
I mean, he kind of went through it in that movie a little bit.
Oh, he sure fucking did.
Well, actually, you know who really went through it? Sandy Claus.
Oh, my God.
That dude
he sure did.
Had it coming.
He had it fucking coming. I can't believe it.
So today is a long-awaited episode as we are reviving an old game that we both loved way too much.
No.
Fit that phrase.
I fucking love that one.
Can you guess what our Fit That Phrase is for today?
Oh, it's got to be Halloween related.
Nope. It's, oh boy, you got another thing coming.
Stop it, really?
You don't have to do the oh boy in the beginning, but you definitely have to, it's you got another thing coming.
Can you dub in the
What do you mean?
The 80s song? You got another thing coming. You got No? You don't even know?
For copyright infringement purposes, I'm going to say no, but also no in the sense that I don't think I've heard that song. Please don't fire me.
Cole. Had a very serious think about that just now. I love you so much. It's okay. I love you.
Thank you.
Wow. All right, cool. Yeah.
So,
got another thing coming?
So
really?
You've got another thing coming.
You've got another thing coming.
Is your Fit That Phrase.
Got it.
So as we go through today's episode, Anthony will have to fit that phrase into random parts of the episode, so his comedic timing will be everything.
Wow.
So today's conversation, we kind of already chatted about it, is going to be talking about prospecting and, more importantly, objection.
Nice.
Which I would say kind of goes hand in hand with one another.
Yep.
You have to be prepared to hear any and all, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I was
right there!
Oh, God.
We were there!
I swear. By the moon and the stars and the sun.
Which is a star.
I know.
Okay.
A lot of references happening.
Well, I guess we do have a temporary moon staying with us for a little bit, I guess.
That's it.
I didn't know if this was the government's way of being like, hey, we're going to be extinct here soon. It's a temporary moon. Is it, though?
Is it, though?
Is it just temporary for our life?
Is it, though?
I want to know. Well, this is, oh my God,
Can you
oh my
show
God,
me?
oh my God, oh my God.
Use your words.
We are Tatooine right now.
What? Stop it. Fucking stop it.
We have 2 moons. We can go to Joshua Tree,
Stop it.
get a Star Wars Airbnb, and some Star Wars outfits.
I am so sorry, everybody. I'm down.
Let's get our lightsabers at Disneyland and then go.
Shout out, Justin.
Justin, we'll see you soon.
An hour and 45 minutes. I'll be right there.
Well, I first have to get my lightsaber, and then it takes about 2 hours, and it takes an hour and a half to get there. So, like, tonight.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Tonight. Anyway.
Any hooser.
So because was inspired by this episode because you do a lot of work with your agents,
Yep.
with other people's agents that aren't necessarily under the umbrella of investment, realty, homes, and loans.
Anybody who wants objection handling.
Yes. So on Thursdays, you handle these really nice, what do you call it? Classes?
Yeah, so they're trainings. It's
Trainings.
It's all
That's a good
trainings,
way.
yeah. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that everyone's getting, educated. And if I can help, anybody in the industry, we're definitely doing that. So
on Thursdays, what time and where?
Thursdays at in Bonita, it's 3450 Bonita Road, 91910. Is the zip code on that? So
Sick.
You'll find it. Just plug it,
Yeah.
and play. But yeah, we do Thursdays 10 o'clock. Between 10 and 10:15 we get started, and it usually lasts hour and a half. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of question and answer after, and then just a lot of mingling and making sure we're all part of the same group. So.
Good.
A lot of fun.
I was going to say, because I really appreciate that you handle this, because I was even talking to one of my friends who is a budding real estate agent, and one of her big things of why she was thinking of leaving and moving brokerages is the lack of educational opportunities, of mentorship.
Let me say this. Like I'm helping everybody. We don't take everybody.
Yeah.
We don't just be like,
Okay.
oh yeah, doors are open. Come on in. We'll sign you up. Like that's not how I operate. If you guys want to come over and get trained, that's cool. I'm all about the, movement. So making sure you guys make money, we make money, it's all good. We don't have to make money off of you. Like, it's not my thing.
Right.
So if you don't fit the brokerage, but you want training, you can still come.
Yeah.
Like, it's all good. And your perspective could be way different than our perspective, which is actually the best way to do it. So if you belong to a different brokerage, you just want to come and hang out and see what we offer, great. If you want to just not join, awesome. I couldn't give a shit.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I appreciate, because it feels like the standard that I'm seeing with some of the newer agents is that they don't feel like they have someone they can turn to ask questions that isn't going to steal all their commission or make them do all the work for the first 3 listings before they just come in and steal all the commission at the very end of it.
Well, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, I'm not here to take all the money of your commissions.
Yeah, this is just education.
This is just like, hey, I'm doing this anyway for my people. If you want to come in and check it out, awesome. If you want to join, cool. Maybe not be a fit. You got to interview. You got to be part of the process.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you don't. I'm not recruiting you. Now we got it.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I'm not recruiting you to be like, hey, you got to come over now.
Right. This isn't a MLM.
This is hold on. I got you. This is not an EXP. This is not a real.
Yeah.
Shots fired. So, for us, I like to keep it small. If I can keep it under 25 agents, that would be ideal.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal. Keep it small and make sure that we are all team based and oriented, and we're sharing stuff. That's my shtick.
Cool.
Thanks.
That's the housekeeping of it all.
Thanks.
But one of the topics you recently had during your Thursday meetings was, I feel like, something we need to discuss, and that's how to deal with objection, or what that is, and how do we turn a no for now into a yes in the future.
Perfect. I love it. Thanks. Oh my God. So if anybody ever watched Johnny Bravo when they were a kid.
Yes. Here.
Dating myself.
What? Oh, okay.
I'm married. I'm dating myself here. So if anybody watched Johnny Bravo, there was an episode with Donnie Simmons or whatever. It's like a cameo episode. And he was like, Johnny Bravo was trying to convince him of something, and he goes, well, maybe is a baby. So he said maybe, right? Yeah. Maybe is a baby that needs to be loved until it becomes a yes.
Poetic.
Yeah, well, I was like 7 when that fucking rolled out, and I was like, oh, I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.
That's a pillar of your lifestyle now.
I can't believe how stupid that little fucking saying is, but I was like, right. But believe it or not, that's true. It's fucking true. A fucking cartoon. Yeah. I'm 7. So whenever somebody says no means no, and yes means anal. Anyway, it's my podcast, Donna. So no means no. So no means no. But there's the maybe. They're like, maybe not right now. Maybe I don't know. There's some kind of barrier there. And that maybe. So you give a no, which is this percent.
That is set in stone.
Yeah, it's a no.
Yeah.
No's could turn to maybes or yeses later.
Yeah.
But if it's a hard no and they refuse, don't bother them.
Yeah.
It's going to get you in trouble. Then you have these, I don't like that, or maybe, I don't know, I'm unsure, I'm scared, I'm whatever. Those maybes, right, are, I would say, 70% of the market.
Yeah.
Right? Huge market.
Yeah.
And then the yeses are like 10%, 15%, right? So they're like, yeah, absolutely need to move, got to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So my focus now isn't just on the yeses. The yes is a procedure. It's called a lay down close. You open up the door. You're like, hey, Anthony Joplin, Invest Realty Homes and Loans, blah, blah, blah. Want to sell your house? Yep, absolutely. Waiting for you the whole day. Thanks for showing up. Boom. We'll list your house at $1.1 million. Awesome. Cool. Hey, please sign here. We'll get this going. 6% commission, blah, blah, blah.
Bing, bang, boom.
That's called a lay down.
Yeah.
Like you can close this thing in a matter of days.
Right.
It's no problem. That's a lay down close 5-10% of the time. 15% tops. The maybes are the ones that everyone deals with. And that's the objection handling, and that's where people who are professionals and you have a system will be successful.
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
You have more for me? Or should I keep going?
Absolutely. I mean, you could keep talking if you would like.
Well, I could go for a long time, so. Ladies. Stupid.
I mean, yeah. It's what it sounded like.
I mean, you got another thing coming. You know what I mean?
Oh,
What is that? You forgot about it too.
I mean,
You forgot about the
was
whole
like,
thing.
as you were giving your little spiel, I was like, we're going to lose track of this Fit That Frame, aren't we? We got it.
Listen.
We brought it back around.
Oh no, it was a setup the whole time.
It had a second coming. It really did.
Ladies.
Smooth jazz.
98.5 The Walrus.
Whoa, man.
Oh God.
You gotta have the reverb.
Jesus.
It was terrible. I can't do smooth. I really can't do smooth jazz.
98.5 The Walrus. Stupid.
All right. So what do you teach when it comes to dealing with objection? How do we turn the maybe into a yes, or the, oh, I'm on the fence about this, and we can at least get them talking about the process a little more?
Cool. So what I do is a mix between a couple things, right? So I use what's called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Those are some SAT words.
Sure is. People who use this are like Tony Robbins uses this a lot. Grant Cardone uses this a lot. You see a lot of this in like the Jordan Belfort stuff,
Okay.
Which is the Wolf of Wall Street. And I'm the one who listened to his courses and bought the whole thing. And I actually regurgitate that to my agents. So
mama bird it.
Shout out to Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street for this. So he teaches the straight line persuasion system, and I think it's one of the best systems for NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, the best for tonality, and language. It really boils down to, you have your words, which are important. They're important. But it's really how you say them and in the pattern in which you say them,
right,
that makes you powerful and influential.
Yes.
So influencers, per Jordan Belfort, right? Influencers are just influencing your state of mind to go from A to B.
Sure are. Living that life.
Perfect. So just getting you to do something you normally would not do.
Right.
Right. That's an influencer. So, I give a lot of credit to him, and I'm telling you, like, I really enjoy that influential model. So if you are to take, the first 4 seconds is really a big topic, right? So as we teach the first 4 seconds, if you are on the phone versus in person,
right?
In person, it's like 0.4 seconds. So what they do is they look at you, they compartmentalize you, they break you apart, and they put you back together, and they say, you're X. Yeah. Before they even shake your hand or meet you.
That's called a first impression, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's sure fucking is. It sure fucking is. And a lot of people they underplay it, and they go, oh, I'm a real estate agent, so I wear jeans. Like they wear this. This is their meeting outfit.
Love it.
Yeah, well, this is Aloha Friday. This is not a meeting outfit, right?
True statement.
I could go on for an hour about how to meet people, your body language, and what to wear, what colors to wear. Mm-hmm. Pink is going to be the best. Pink, light blue, white. Those are going to be the best closing colors. Bang.
Bing, bang, bang.
Bang. So there's all different things you can do to sell yourself before you open your mouth, right? Big deals there. So as you're selling yourself, say it's over the phone. Over the phone is great because you have about 4 seconds. I think he referenced Stanford had a 3.8 seconds, 4 seconds is the attention span before somebody goes, fuck, you clicked.
Abso-fucking-lutely. It's all like I have to deal with it in the social media sphere. You have the 0.1 second to grab attention, and you only get them for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 seconds is probably more apt, right? But back when he was teaching this about 7 to 10 years ago, I think it was 4 seconds. So now, as the attention span is going down, right, you're starting to see this more often. So as we get to that 3 second window, you have hi. You have hi. Hi, Anthony Jalpin, how you doing today? Versus hi, Anthony Jalpin, how you doing today?
Right. Ugh.
The tonality is 80-90% of the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So as you work through your script, you can go verbatim, which is great, as long as you practice with tonality. But if you have anchor points, I teach anchor points. So if anybody likes the concept of milestones and they can free-form conversations, but still have a form, like a structure, I teach that all the time. So, hit us up. Here, insert link here. Plug. I'm doing the plug.
He doesn't understand. I can't internally link things in
Sorry,
a video.
I have no idea what's going on.
So he's like, click here, and I'm just over here like.
I was like, I'm sorry.
It's in the caption, I guess.
It's in the caption, I guess.
It's in the bio. It's not here.
Sorry, click somewhere here.
Click in the general area of this video. And I'm over here like, fuck.
Oh, my bad. So
continue.
So anyway, so getting through the script is so a lot of things are like, hi, Anthony Job, nice to meet you. It's pretty is face-to-face conversation. Mm-hmm. You have what's called an elevator pitch.
Yes.
You have 30 seconds from the time you meet them to tell them who you are, what you're about, and what you do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose their interest completely.
Yeah.
So if you don't have kind of a pre-scripted elevator pitch,
yeah,
you're going to lose a lot of people.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like this objection handling is not something you do after it happens. It's you're working it into that first impression, the conversation that follows, and then everything afterwards.
Well, the point is the NLP is pacing. Mm-hmm. So you set the groundwork for pacing of the conversation.
Right.
That's the whole point.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you. So
big fan.
It's a big fan.
Let's not do that.
Look how cute that. Look how cute the kid. I mean, some young kid taught me that.
I am blurring that out.
No.
That was offensive language.
Ew. It's a heart, Donna. No, but seriously, like, you lay the groundwork for the conversation.
Right.
And the point is when you meet somebody, you're like, hey, I'm Anthony Job, nice to meet you. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? My wife fucking hates that when I say that.
Oh, when you get in your customer service voice? Everyone has a customer service voice.
You what now?
Your customer service voice.
I have a what now? I have that?
You're really good at being exactly the same person as you are business-wise.
Personally.
In real life, yeah. But some people adopt a certain persona.
Fair. So that's why I live that. Like and it's another thing. It's a personality thing. And we get into this for an hour. Seriously, an hour just about your personality has to be congruent. Your sales has to be congruent with your personality.
Yes.
So your language never changes.
Right. So you don't like slip the mask or something. There's no mask. It's you.
It's me.
Yes.
Right. So when I'm talking to you and selling you, it sounds like me.
Yeah.
So that's called congruency of identity. Mm-hmm. Right. So my identity is who I am versus what I'm selling you as a salesperson, and it never changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's being genuine to the brand and being genuine to the sales pitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. I don't think enough people know that because there are people who may just be getting into it or don't know what they're doing wrong. And it's because you can smell shit from a mile away. So it's like, if I know you're in your sales pitch, I'm automatically turned off.
Now, we're getting sold to every day. You open your phone, you start scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is.
You took my talking point, but I love it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's so fair. And it's one of those that it's why when it comes down to people who are making social media or marketing campaigns or are influencers and stuff like that, people can see through you. If you have a Instagram version of yourself.
Oh, it's horrible.
You can tell. If you're giving a room tour or if you're doing a product review, if you're literally trying to sell anything, whether it's a physical product or an experience or something or other, people like to see genuine. And it's why when people have the picture perfect Instagram feeds or the real estate agents are using the Canva graphic templates.
Bullshit.
It's because it's so blatantly a commercial that you're automatically blind to it.
Right.
People like genuine. That's why when we make our content, it's like, you're going to be weird. And I'm going to make you be your weird self because people need to know you're weird.
It's being genuine.
Yes.
It's the genuine brand. It's the
authentically yourself.
That's also very weird.
I'm sure it's a beauty commercial.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I can't believe it. See, everybody knows what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah. But it's true. It boils down to authenticity. And it also boils down to that because we're sold to so many times, now the human brain is so keyed into being commercialized that it's like, you can tell. automatically,
You're
off
fucked.
the bat.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Within 0.1 seconds.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's social media. You get 0.4 for your stuff. Anyway, continue.
No, I'm
steamrolling your podcast. I'm so sorry.
Welcome to Donna's podcast.
Listen, if you think it's my podcast, you've got another thing.
Oh my God! Stop! I was trying not to hit it so often.
You've only done it once.
I know.
Continue.
Okay, fine. Donna, got another thing coming. Get out of here. So as you're selling, really, as you're talking to somebody, explaining what you do. So the point of when you're really selling is you don't have to sell them. You just go over your points. You go over what it is, right?
Okay.
So when I meet somebody, I'm like, who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Those are my top 3 when I ask somebody. Because if you ask somebody information, they are more apt to give it to you and then they trust you. Like and trust,
That's
right?
fair. So, little embarrassing or bad. Didn't check the camera battery. Got cut out in the middle of some riveting explanations.
Yeah, well.
So let's try and pick that up. We're in the middle of talking about elevator pitches, telling us
NLP,
about
where we are in the sale.
Yeah. Let's we're gonna act like this is the same exact clip.
Don't mind the new costume change. Ta-da!
Ta-da! We are quick change artists.
Ta-da!
Okay, where we were talking was the congruency of you and what you're selling, and that you need to be the same as who you are in real life.
And we're back.
Which is a real problem, I think, for some people, both on social media and in the selling world.
Yeah. So if you're getting through the sale, you have to make sure you have the know, like, and trust, which is you, the product, and the company.
Yes.
Cool. So you have to be genuine. You have to make sure you convey that you give a shit about them. It's a lot of empathetic communication. And then if you are going to start selling on the product should be self-explanatory. You should have a product that's so good, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
I keep looking at it just to make sure it doesn't cut off.
So the best thing since sliced bread. So you want to make sure that when you're saying, okay, well, hold on, let me hear what you're saying. You may want to think about it. You may want to talk to the wife. You may want to talk about blah, blah, blah. But you're going to sit here and tell me that if I get you $1.5 million for this property, that you wouldn't sell this thing right now?
Right.
You're like, yeah, of course I would. Well, of course you would.
I feel like that's a common, I don't want to say excuse. Excuse sounds too...
Objection?
Yeah.
Handling?
No. Yes. Okay. When it comes to getting I have to talk to my spouse about it, which is a very respectful thing to do.
Yeah, because otherwise he's got another thing coming. That's for sure.
Anyone would have another thing coming if they make that kind of decision
right away
without their partner.
I have done that. I have sold here's the deal. You sell the first person on it. And then you're like, here, just do me a favor, sign here, no big deal. If you're going to bring the wife in, no big deal. We'll bring her in as well because you own the house jointly. I need her signature either way to make it valid. I just want you to commit to me that if you like this idea as much as I think you do, just sign here. It's worthless piece of paper anyway until I get her to sign it. Any questions on that? Fair enough?
That is fair.
What's the worst thing that's going to happen? She goes, you know what? I don't want to sell with that guy. And you rip the contract up and we shake hands and leave.
That's fair.
That's a minimizer. See, I just sold you in 2 logical objections.
And this is literally what I was going to ask. I'm like, how do you get through that specific objection, which I know is common?
Okay, those are language patterns that you have to grab, be able to have the practice doing so, but you have to have 2 things, an airtight logical case and an airtight emotional case.
Ooh.
Oh.
Unagi.
Unagi. So that's kind of the whole thing. So as you're talking to somebody and you work them through the points of your conversation, your points of your sale, really the points are just going to be like, hey, do you want to sell your property for, this price? And he's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, if I could sell your property for 1.5, would you take that deal? Well, yeah, of course. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to match them? You want to mirror? At that point, you want to go, well, yeah, I guess I would. He's saying, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the real reason.
Oh yeah, you're matching their energy.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then this is the pace lead thing we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So as you match, you're like, oh yeah, of course you would. But you match them. Well, of course you would. And let me just explain this: the true beauty of the program, and you kind of notch them up a little bit.
Yeah.
You hit them with some benefits. The true beauty of the program is I can put this on the market for blah blah blah, and set you this. And this is my marketing plan. Blah blah blah. Right. Mm-hmm. You give them the bullet points that make it good.
Yes.
Right. And then you want to loop them back to conversation, something along the lines of, I'm honest, trustworthy, and I've been at this company for X amount of time, and I plan on being the best here in the next, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, best in the company, whatever it is, right?
Okay.
You want to sell yourself, and then you say, as far as the company goes, and you sell both the company, you and the company in the same kind of sentence, that kind of brings it all home. So that's after they say no the first time, they go in for no, that's what you're looking for. And then you're like, well, okay, you sell yourself, sell the how good this is going to be, kind of future pace them. And you go, as far as the company goes, we got 30 years of experience between all three partners. The broker's the best in the business. We got an in-house loan department,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you finish up with the big close. The big close is going to be, and what's the worst that could possibly happen? You sell the thing and you pace it one more time. 1.5 million, you take a bunch of money and you live in your dream home. That's the worst that could possibly happen. Does that sound fair?
Yeah. It's like you figured it out.
For fuck's sake. I'm going to hit you. And when you hit them with that pattern of that closing pattern, is that you're so certain, and then you drop down to reasonability, like, no, doesn't that sound pretty, fair?
Yeah.
Right? So you're like, okay, well, I know if I sell it for 1.5 million and you get your dream house, you get all the shit you want to do, you drop the tone a little bit, and you're like, and you finally get exactly what you've ever wanted in your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Get a relaxing tone.
The relaxing tone, that reasonable, like, whatever. And then you said, doesn't that sound fair enough? Wouldn't you give it a try?
Yeah.
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 Fuck, I would.
Honestly. Where would you like me to sign? I didn't know I was buying a property today.
Everyone's buying something at some point, so.
That's actually a fair statement.
Bang.
So going off of the type of objections you hear, I got to talk to the spouse about it.
Oh, this is a great one.
What's another one?
Holy crap. Okay. There's smoke screen objections, and then there's like legit, they're not the decision maker. The talk to the wife could be legit. The decision maker's not in the room.
Okay,
You know
that's
what I mean?
fair.
That could be that I'm stalling you, or it could be that that's a legit thing.
Okay.
Okay. So number one, when you're qualifying them out, you have to say when you're going to set the appointment or set the meeting or set the listing or set whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That you're like, is there anybody else that needs to be in this meeting that makes the decision with you and for you?
Okay. That's fair.
Reasonable question.
Yeah.
Non-invasive.
Yeah. Not disrespectful to any parties who are already in the room.
Already in the room. Yep. Mm-hmm. Say, is there anybody else that needs to make the decision? Because it could be that you've got the son that's there, and it could be that the mom needs to make the decision because she is the actual owner or trustee or some thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be 5 siblings.
Yeah.
That have to make the decision, and you're only talking to one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So plenty of decision makers there. Money is probably the number one.
Okay.
But it's only because they're in the dark, right? It's just because when you're talking to somebody and they think they can afford something, but they can't, or they don't, they think they can't afford something that they can.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of times I was just talking to somebody last week where they're like, oh, the interest rates are too high. San Diego's too expensive. I can never afford to live here. I'm like, do me a favor. Just fill out this app.
Yeah.
I might have said this already earlier, so forgive. So
Never. We might forgive.
But never forget. Never. Otherwise, you got another thing coming. Here we go.
Tell them.
Another thing coming. Another thing coming. Anyway.
I'm sure it's a Taylor Swift song.
No. No.
Kind of sound like, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Shame on me now. If you put a microphone in front of me with some Taylor fucking Swift, that's a bad decision.
Literally. Oh my God.
I can't believe we never thought of this.
Why aren't we doing karaoke nights as podcasts? Oh, because I don't do karaoke.
In front of millions of people.
Millions.
Thousands. Hundreds. Tens. Tens
yeah, there we go. My mom.
Shit, where were we?
Objections, and you've got another thing coming, and the different types of objections. The money one, yes. So we're in San Diego County. I don't think I can afford this. Fill out this application and start.
And scene. So I just fill out the app. Let's see what happens. Well, it turns out they make really good money each. So they can afford whatever they want, but the thought in their brain was that limiting belief. I'm going back to their belief of buying, right? Is that they could not afford something. They have to move out of state. I'm like, you could afford, $1.5 million right now. they could qualify for that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not in our budget. I said, honey, that's fine. But you qualify for this. So that means you can make a better decision for your family than just, I gots to go.
Yeah, just because you qualify for one thing doesn't mean you have to buy at that price. You can.
It's true. Yeah, you can. It's whatever is comfortable for you.
Yeah.
So kind of figuring out that money question is important, and navigating the money question is really important too. What you don't want to do is be like, how much you fucking make? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rude. It's rude, and people don't like to talk about money. So what you want to do is you want to ask them something like, what's your price range? Is a great qualifying start.
Yeah.
Are you currently W-2 or 1099? You know, see these soft qualifying questions, and then you kind of get to, have you been pre-qualified?
Yeah.
That's a great starter for real estate. Have you been pre-qualified? That should be your number one starting question.
Yeah.
Because if they've not, you don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
So
true.
that's a great money question. Another great objection is, let me think about it.
I was gonna say that one's probably as vague as it could get.
Yeah. Let me think about it.
Are you thinking about it now? Are you thinking about it after we hang up? Are you gonna
see
get back
how
to
see
me?
you answered the question?
Yeah.
Don't answer the fucking question.
Yeah.
Whenever it says, "Oh, I got," I need to think about it. We got another thing fucking coming, boy.
Right. Exactly. Make a decision.
Make a decision. So,
you are an adult. Sorry.
Oh, you see, if you can, that's an embarrassment clause. You embarrass them into, you got to talk to your wife. What she has to go. She needs your permission when she goes shoe shopping to buy the shoes.
I cannot tell you right now. I had someone say pretty much exactly that to me.
Stop.
To redo my master closet.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Shocker. Didn't use them.
Obviously, because they embarrassed you.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, she was talking about the estimate. She drew out like what the closet was going to look like. I was like, oh yeah, this looks really good. My husband's not here right now, but I want him to take a look at what you've sketched out to make sure he doesn't have anything he wants to put into the closet. Like if he wants a section for suits,
sure,
he needs to have more room right here. Or it's like, I know I need a long section for gowns and dresses, so I need that. But I want to make sure he can look at the sketch before I just sign off on a closet he's never seen.
It's true.
I don't know what he wants. Like, he's a dude. He's not going to want a lot. But, I mean, still.
Square box.
Exactly. But
cardboard.
It was the decent thing. Just want to make sure my husband's on board with the spacing of everything and go forward from there.
And so that's a decision maker objection. And then she said.
She pretty much was like, oh, I didn't know your husband was making the decision. I'm like, it's not that he's making the sole decision. I just want him to have a chance to look at what our closet's going to look like before I give you
the stamp,
a fucking check. Mm-hmm. Is that too much to ask? Like, it's just a design.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to get done tomorrow.
Her problem is she didn't say, hey, does your husband need to be there for us to make a decision today?
No. It was just like, it was a consultation. Here's what I can sketch out for you.
Consultation. They try to close in the consultation.
Yes.
Right. The problem is they didn't preface it by saying, is there a decision maker present?
Yeah. So she sketched it all out, and I was like, yeah, we're talking to two companies. We're going to see which design is better, which one is more cost efficient. Because I know you guys can't offer these colors. I don't know if he wants a specific color or if he cares. Whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to, he gets home at 7 o'clock tonight. I will ask him then.
Yeah.
Well, what if I lowered the price right now? Would you sign right now? I'm like, he gets home at 7 o'clock, and then I'm going to talk to him about it, and I will call your office in the morning with a decision.
You see, the difference on her, what she was doing, is that she was thinking that your decision maker objection was actually something else.
Yes.
Right. She thought it was a smokescreen. And the problem is that she didn't qualify you correctly. And she made the mistake of going, it's got to be something else. She would definitely sign if it was so good. The product is so good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the company is so good.
Yep.
And I am the shit. That's a fucking problem.
Yeah. And then she doubled down on that. And I was like, I will call you in the morning with a decision. And then I hear her, just give me 1 second so I can talk to my supervisor. I'm like, okay. I hear her.
You're on the phone?
I'm on the phone.
You're on the phone?
Yeah, she called me afterwards.
Okay.
Like, she left me the sketch, called me an hour later. Are we closing this? I was like,
7 o'clock.
I was like, well, that's the thing. When she was here, she did get me to try and close. And then I said I was going to wait for my husband. And then she called like an hour later. I was like, I already told you, like, I have to wait for him. So she doubles down on the phone. She's like, I'm going to talk to my supervisor 1 second. And then I hear her, she's not covering the phone up. She's like, yeah, so she can't make the decision. The husband has to make the decision. So she has to wait for the husband to get there before she can tell us what we're doing because the husband's going to pay for it. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Ma'am.
Nice.
And then she hands the phone and says, hey, Donna, supervisor here, like, what if I told you we could give you 40% off the price? I'm like, I already told the lady.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with the money. It has everything to do with the fact that I make joint decisions about what's in our house with my husband.
Totally.
And if you can wait a second till tomorrow morning, I can give you a call back.
Yep.
Okay, well, we just don't want this deal to go by. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually done talking.
Awesome. Thanks.
Don't call me back. I don't want to work with you guys because you guys are not respecting the fact that I just literally need to sign him off on what it looks like and you're not giving me that opportunity.
That's a classic fucking fuck up.
Yep.
I mean, how much is that project going to be? Like 10 grand?
It was, for the master, it was 5.
Okay.
But still, you lost out.
That's a $5,000 deal if they waited 18 hours.
Yes.
Would have probably been in the front runner.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Or
I loved the design, but I'm like, I don't want to be working with pushy people.
No, like trust.
Yep.
It's fucking not rocket science.
It's really not.
Yeah, it's a formula. So that's why great job. Good
Thank
story,
you.
Donna. I love
Thank
that.
you. It worked out so well. I didn't think I would tell that story today.
It's a great story. Hold on, I got it.
Did it clink?
Yeah, but for reals though. So getting into the close, so you always want to get your kind of pitch down. I was just talking to one of our agents the other day about her elevator pitch. Like I'm so glad I got to tell this fucking story right now. I'm so excited.
Yay. Yes, because I think we left off the last episode on elevator pitching.
Yes. So this is the best thing ever. So she comes in and talks to me last Thursday, and she is just, she's brand new, just got her license like 2 weeks ago, and she's just like, just got her DRE number and the whole thing, and she's going to the classes with us, and she's like trying to figure out, did she door knock, did she cold call, where did she get her signs from, blah, blah, blah. And she comes in, she goes, I just want to talk to you for a second. I said, yeah, no problem. Come on in, let's talk about it. And she sits down and she starts saying how motivated she is, and this is like totally her, like what she wants to do, and she's got her family in it, and then she starts like crying. She's like, I don't know.
We didn't start the timer.
Bummer. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start with this. And she goes, I'm so motivated. I want to do this, and I want to be successful. And she's like, the tears are streaming. I'm like, honey, just big breath. You're doing fine. No big deal. A little hug. Like, we're fine. You're good, right? And she's like, I need to know do I door knock? Do I do this? I said, let's stop and start with first things first. Start with the goal. What do you want to do? She goes, I want 3 closings by the end of the year. And we're early October. Right? She goes, 3 deals is going to, be enough money to kind of help and start my career off and be good. I said, no problem. So I said, 3 deals, 3 closings. You probably have to set about 10 appointments, right? We're going to go with you to the appointments, make sure you close them. You're going to close probably more than 50%, but just to be conservative, 30% of your closings, 30% of your meetings will close.
Okay.
So 10 appointments, legit seller or buyer appointments.
Now I'm going to pause. Before we get more into math and the mathing, working backwards.
Yep.
Where are you getting these numbers from? Is this like
experience?
Your experience specifically with your agents and your great.
In this brokerage, yep.
In this one, just wanted to put that blanket statement out there so no one's like, I'm gonna get for sure 30%.
Oh no, I mean it just depends on who your teacher is, who I'll tell you what, if your support group, if you're going out and soloing your first meetings, you have a very low close rate. But if you partner those closing meetings with your broker, your team lead, or your other agents, that have more experience, you're going to close a lot more because they have experience to do so.
Yes,
so
and they know how to
massage.
Yes, how to identify what the objection is. Is it truly one of these, or is it something else? Okay, that makes sense.
So just getting them to sign on the dotted line, that's your appointment, that's your meeting. So to get 10 meetings, on average, you got to go back. It's usually... I'll be honest, to get 10 meetings, you should be doing at least 100 phone calls or people right? People is really great because it's a little warmer. You're networking with about 100 people. If you're going cold, it's sometimes 1,000
to
get 10. So, It just depends on what your turn ratio is to get those meetings, right? So that's a metric I can't help with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but just for her sphere, for her people, and she just reintroducing herself, busting into the real estate space. Here's what I recommend, right? About 100 to 120 people to get 10 meetings.
Yes.
Cool. So I said to do that in about a 90-day window, rough, dumb math, don't correct me. Fuck you. Don't correct me, otherwise you got another thing coming.
If you don't use Joplin Financial, then fuck you.
Perfect. So to get about 120 or 100 to 120 contacts in the 90-day window, you need about 12 people a day.
Okay.
That you just reach out to. And you don't have to sell them. It's a know, like, and trust, and you have to do like an elevator pitch.
Yeah.
And super simple is going to be, who are you, where are you from, what do you do? Mm-hmm. And my wife hates this because obviously, you get to know somebody really fast, but she goes, they're so generic questions. I said, yeah, but you get a lot of info really fast. Mm-hmm. So she was like, my name's so-and-so. I'm originally born in Virginia, moved to San Diego when I was little, born and raised here, single mother, 3 kids, blah, blah, blah. And she gave me this really great story. She goes, I'm trying to, I was in nursing and now moved to real estate. And, I'm trying to create generational wealth for my family. I was like, that's a really bitchin' 30-second pitch.
Yeah.
It's like 18 seconds, 20 seconds. And I said, great. Now at the end of that, all I want you to do is be like, hey, do you or anybody you know want to buy, sell, refi, or invest in real estate?
Go.
That's it. It's a simple question.
Yep.
It starts a conversation. Do you or anybody you know want to buy, sell, refi, or invest? And she did that for 4 days, 12 people a day.
Yep.
She has 3 people. She's signing 2 buyer's agreements with one person, individual.
One.
Off a referral is buying a condo and a piece of land.
Yep.
From a settlement they got. Cash from a settlement.
That's crazy. That's going to close so fast.
Oh, God. We're doing 7 days. So once we find the property, we'll do a 7-day cash close. So that's 2 deals separately. Yeah. And then she got a third one when I just talked to her. It's a commercial. It's a friend of her son. Says, well, you have a group with your kids.
Yeah.
Those moms probably just reintroduce yourself.
Yeah.
So we went over reintroductions on an elevator pitch, and she had a friend of a friend's mom. And she was like, I'd love to buy a commercial property, rent it out.
So she's done for the year.
Well, that's right. I said, now continue to do 12 a day.
Yeah.
Just do 12 a day and just stay with the 7-day, 12 days, or times 12, right? And then stick with that, and she's going to probably be able to close anywhere between 10 and 12 transactions by the end of the year.
That's wild.
She could literally make 150 to 200 grand in 90 days.
That is wild.
Yeah. It's amazing. But it's a numbers game.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions from that. When it comes to cold calling, door knocking, whatever you want to do,
Sure.
where it's you don't know the person, they don't know you.
Yeah.
Great. And you're saying it's 1,000.
Yeah.
Is that again your experience of doing that?
Cold call.
Yeah.
Cold call, email, text,
Yep.
Postcard. Those are
okay.
about 1,000. If you're looking at like door knock,
Yeah.
those are more like 500, 400 or 500 doors.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's gonna be like, no, it's less than that. Well, it depends if you're new.
Yeah.
If you're new and you're not used to talking face to face and you don't have the right outfit, say you show up and you have a collared shirt and jeans on versus a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be door knocking, a nice neighborhood in a collared shirt and jeans.
Absolutely not.
Now, if you have a suit on and you go through a neighborhood that's lower income,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be hurting for certain because they think you're going to take their house from them.
Also true.
So that's wrapping it all up in a nice little bow. Just want to be like, hey, know your audience, know your demographic, and then be able to tailor yourself because people want to do business with people like them.
That's true. Yep. I will say the fastest way to piss, I feel like anybody off while door knocking is knocking on the doors that say no soliciting.
Oh, I've gotten most deals from no soliciting.
Are you kidding me?
No, legit.
I can tell you right now, the Sunrun people are ruthless.
They don't know how to sell. They were not taught how to sell. They hammer close everything.
Well, I don't want solicitation from somebody when my thing says no soliciting,
The
right?
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ring the doorbell, door knock, and say, hey.
Okay, yes, please. I want to know. I want to know.
This is really good info.
Okay.
So all you want to do is if it's a no soliciting, you want to provide value immediately and not ask them for a goddamn thing. Because
Okay.
they don't know anything about you.
Okay, knock, knock, knock. I open the door. I'm immediately pissed. You knock on my door. No soliciting. Open the door. Go.
Hi.
Hi. This sign says no soliciting.
Hi, Anthony Joplin. I have an open house down the street. Here's some information if you want to go check it out. It's really nice to meet you.
Damn it, you got me.
Sure fucking did. All I want to do is give you information, contact information, and fucking get out.
That, honestly, I would have been okay with that.
Totally.
I would have been like,
hey, there's an open house down the street. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be over there from 1 to 4. Have a really great day.
I can't say fuck you to
I
that.
know you know. Otherwise, you got another thing coming. Yeah, but that's but that's the whole thing is you have to disarm by not selling them. You don't want to close them on that deal.
Yeah.
You want them to come to the open house.
I mean, that's fair.
Now, what if you didn't have an open house? You're just door knocking to get your name out there. Hey.
Okay. The sign says no soliciting.
The first words out of your mouth?
But I can guarantee you. Okay, so my soliciting sign, or no soliciting sign.
About this fucking big.
Yes.
It's
so
like 9 feet big.
Cody got it off of Amazon.
I love this guy.
It says this home charges $50 a minute to hear any pitches, religious messaging,
I love
or
this.
anything like that. Your checks could be made payable to the owner up front before the conversation starts.
Oh my God.
No soliciting.
First, are you kidding me?
And then I open the door and I say, did you read the sign?
Stop.
They usually say yes, and I say, okay. Or is it cash or check?
Donna, first thing I would do, no bullshit. I would actually have a $100 bill in my hand, and I would go, I want 30 seconds of your time, and all I want to do is introduce myself as Anthony Joplin. I'm a broker in the area, and I just want to say hi and see you have a beautiful home. And if you ever need anything, here you go. Here's my info.
I would immediately.
And I wouldn't even hand you the 100. I'd hand you the shit and then put the 100 back in my pocket and walk away. Boom.
That's, again, that would get me.
But it's just, it's a shock factor. It's something.
It is.
Yeah.
Because all these people come up and I say, do you read the sign? They're like, yeah, I read the sign. So I'm just wondering about your solar.
See how they're like asking you these metaphorical fucking questions, rhetorical shit all the time? Like, why would you fucking walk in and be like, all right, you're going to charge me $50 a second. How do you feel about solar?
Yeah. And I'm
Fuck
like, my
you.
dad owns a solar company. I'm good. Thanks. I can get everything at cost. I don't need you. I was like, please do not come back. The answer will not change.
Well, I think the problem is that do you know if
The Muffin
they're in
Man.
the Muffin Man? Who lives on Drury Lane? So
She's married to the Muffin Man.
the Muffin Man? I don't know how many times I quote Shrek a week.
Did you know? I don't know if this is actually true. I saw it on Instagram, so you know it can't be trusted most often. That Shrek was actually like this project that animators got put on as punishment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So they tried they did their best, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
So yeah, all the people who worked on Shrek, it was a punishment for
That's
them.
a nice boulder.
Yeah, they didn't think it was going to pop off. They thought all their little quips towards Disney, because I forgot what the whole...
gumdrop buttons.
But the gumdrop button. Honestly, that entire scene is super gruesome if you think
it's
about it.
horrible.
Like, his
Yeah.
legs are being ripped off.
Yeah. Dunked in milk.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a little...
How about the little dewlap in the very front? You know, at the beginning, it's shiny
dear
shoes, face.
And it's one of those that if you haven't watched Shrek in years, which
You could immediately see it.
honestly, up until maybe 2 years ago, I hadn't rewatched Shrek because it was one of those movies that I just watched into the ground, like Ice Age. It was one of those movies that was always in the DVD
Lily
player.
loves the fucking squirrel in Ice Age.
Who
She
doesn't?
laughs like hysterically. Like
Yeah.
she's like, bah!
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I have my own little theory about Ice Age. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh shit.
But it was that in Ice Age and The Incredibles that was always in my mom's DVD player in the car. So it just ran it into the ground. And I was like, I don't want to watch Shrek anymore. And then I watched it. And then I'm seeing all these like jokes you miss as a kid. And you're like, that's dirty.
That's dirty.
But then Ice Age I thought was interesting because then it's you think about the wider aspect of it. Who's to say a little squirrel rat thing wasn't the cause of
The entire Ice Age?
the Ice Age and then the transformation into the dinosaur era and all that stuff.
Right.
That I'm like, holy shit, I understand Ice Age now.
God.
It's more than just like a funny little bit of a squirrel. It's like,
They're saying
who's
things.
to say?
My God.
I know.
You're getting all existential on me.
Listen, you don't want to hear about my theory about Jon Favreau.
Or else.
You've got another thing. That's going to take, honestly, it'll be a 30-minute conversation of me explaining the universe in the eyes of Jon Favreau being God. This all happened while I was watching The Mandalorian.
Oh, this is definitely.
And then I watched
Donna's
Wakanda.
podcast
Yeah,
at this point.
then I watched Wakanda Forever right after that. Also, I should preface, I was very high.
She's over there like the Voyager orbiting Saturn, just launching through the Kuiper Belt.
Listen, when a package says 10 count 350 milligram, that's easy math. That's 35 per thing.
I don't think that was what they meant.
It was 10 count line dividing 100 or 350 milligram.
Yeah,
easy math.
Per gummy.
No, it wasn't per gummy. You open up the packaging. We weren't thinking about anything. Popped one in. And I remember looking at the packaging and being like, wait, why is there only 2 left? And there's 3 of us. So unless someone ate like 7 without us looking, there should be more left. And I opened up the second packaging because I'm like, I have a sinking feeling. I'm like, was there only 5 in there? And I looked and there was only 5 in there. So each gummy was 70.
Oh, God.
So I was chilling on 70 when I thought I was chilling on 35.
Through the Kuiper Belt.
And the high hadn't even set in yet. And I was like, no wonder these were only $1. Because I'm almost positive they messed up the packaging, and that's why they were giving them out.
No way.
Well, giving them out, I don't want anyone to get in trouble. They weren't giving them out. It was a deal where you buy this thing, you get the gummies for $1.
You didn't say where they were from.
I mean, I don't know where they were from because they were a gift from Cody's brother. So, my existential wormhole.
Here's the bus.
You don't know which brother. He has every kind of brother. Half, full, step.
Linguistic.
Maybe there's an adopted one in there.
There it is.
He's got one of each.
There's a brother from another mother, you know what I mean?
Probably,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So that was the worst high I've ever had.
Wow.
So, of course, I spiraled down an existential wormhole situation because I'm watching Mandalorian, and I'm like, this is our fiction. But to someone else, this is reality television.
Sorry, pushing the button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, we're reality television for them.
Yep.
Sounds like me.
Well, no, we're fiction for them. For another planet, they're watching our lives, but they're calling it fiction.
And then you turn around and watch Wakanda Forever?
And I cried like a baby.
I can't believe that. That's like multiple universes at the same time.
And Jon Favreau directs them both. So
there's your crisis right
Jon
there.
Favreau is God.
And we're back.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be talking about real estate.
I don't know about that.
We derailed on Shrek.
Damn it, Donna.
Sorry.
You got another thing coming.
I really don't.
No.
Okay, so your agent got 3 deals.
Yep.
Lovely. We love that for her. Yay.
Love that for her. Yay.
Snaps and
claps.
claps. You're getting the hang of it. We're hanging out too much.
Oh, this is great. This is so good.
So that's really interesting that you've been able to kind of create a game plan based on math, because personally, I love math. I love working in the backwards sense.
Yep.
To be able, because it gives you a more realistic goal. You're not just shooting in the dark. Okay. You're more inclined going into it thinking 10 will get me 3.
Yeah.
The power of manifestation and saying your goals out loud has power.
Now, okay. Well, okay. All right. Yes.
Listen.
It's sure.
Huh. Sure?
Perhaps.
Sometimes.
Most likely.
Continue.
Indubitably. So if you have, it all goes back to the same kind of concept. You have goal-oriented selling. I want to do X.
Yep.
I want to make sure that you do something. If I'm talking to you for the first time, I want to set an appointment to go meet you.
Yep.
For coffee or whatever, to get you to sign an agreement, right?
Okay.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
Yep.
So everything I'm going to do is influencing you to do that.
Yep.
Cool. So now if you have closings, you do the math backwards. It's essentially the sales funnel reversed.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Sales funnel. So you got to say, okay, if I have, 10 deals I want to close, I have to get, 100 meetings. 10 deals to 100 meetings, 100 meetings to 1,000 contacts or calls, right? And then you say, of those 1,000 calls, I need to break it down to how many calls per day.
Yep.
It's
Easy.
very, very simple, easy to do. Anybody could do this in any sales job, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Right? And
it makes it more digestible. To be 12 a day is more easily doable than 1,000 this month.
Well, so you could say, I need to do 1,000 phone calls. You go, fuck, and you procrastinate, and it's the mental block. You're like, 1,000 phone calls. How can I even start? If I do one phone call, all of a sudden you start running these movies in your head because you're self-future pacing, because that's where your brain is built.
Yep. And
that's where the NLP comes in, is where you can say, hey, you be the conductor of your own manifestation.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right, I'm going to say, if I need to close, or if I need to do 1,000 phone calls, and you break it down to I need 10 phone calls a day, that's all you have to do. So, hey, it's only 10. It's a minimizer. It's framing. So getting all that together is really fun.
It is.
It's really fun.
And you're fostering new minds. Oh, and the fact that this girl just got her license.
Yeah.
That's crazy that she already has 3 in her own little pipeline.
Everybody has at least, I would say 5 to 7.
How many agents do you have now?
20.
Right on. Job and financial.
Investment Realty Homes and Loans. God!
Both. At the same time.
Ew.
Come work for Anthony Joplin.
Rare.
It's sure to be interesting.
An HR nightmare.
What?
What?
No.
No, we're going to have a great time.
We don't promote that.
No, we're going to have a great time. No big deal.
It's only going to be HR. It's only going to be a problem with HR when someone says a joke that was probably very funny.
No, we're having a good time. Everybody's having a great time. We're onboarding. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, so.
That's amazing. Any other topics you would like to discuss within? I told you I'm going to blur it out. If you keep doing that gang sign.
All the kids are doing it.
And how old are you?
Oh, well, old enough to know when I'm doing something stupid.
That's not it?
That's not it. Oh, this is definitely it.
Yeah, it's definitely
10 out of 10 stupid.
It's giving.
Stop it. No, I just forgot about that. It's like the game.
Oh, I've never understood the game. I get it. Who started it? Why?
I don't know, but that guy needs to be fucking killed.
Wow, that was aggressive.
I don't know. Probably not. Just reprimanded heavily. Words.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
Does he take credit for it? Or does he just think, oh, I came up with a game similar to that? It's kind of like how I wonder how those little elementary school games that you do, like the handshakes and stuff. Lemonade, crunchy ice. How does that move elementary schools? You're friends with somebody's. We're going down wormholes again. I'm sorry. I'm steamrolling this situation.
You know what? That's called a movement.
Exactly. How is this not any different? I'm telling you, man.
Did you smoke a bunch of weed before you got here?
I did not.
Too much edibles?
I did not. I promise you. But this is what keeps me up at night.
How did those elementary school kids know about this?
Yes. This is all an inside job.
Yeah, listen. Little Johnny from this fucking elementary school went to Avocado, and then all of a sudden
I'm telling you.
It's the middle schoolers.
It's probably them.
Yeah, it has to be.
Someone has a cousin at a different school, and that's how it spreads.
I know.
Like the plague.
Ew.
I know. Before we end the episode, Anthony, how about you give us a quick update on any listings our listeners, words are difficult, may be interested in buying, how we can invest in any fix and flips with Investment Realty Homes and Loans, or how we can get in contact with you to have you help as a buyer's agent or a seller's agent.
Perfect. Love you. So I got three closed, so that's cool. Sorry, those listings are no longer available.
No longer available.
So those are out, but I do have a couple single families in Bonita. I have 5 commercial businesses if you want to invest in a business.
Wow.
I've got 5 of those, everywhere from El Cajon, La Mesa. So those are all going to be small businesses, probably worth anywhere between 75 to 150,000. So if you're trying to get into the business game.
There it is.
There's a business. You get commercial. FF&Es come with it. So if you're looking to do that, we have a couple of those coming up off market. Those are really great ones. Yeah, and then I've got an off-market La Jolla, 2.8 million, super secret time. Call me for details.
Ooh.
Or email me, even better. It's anthony@joplinre.com.
That's awesome. Or you can call or text him at 619-604-6569.
What's that number again, Donna?
619-604-6569.
Only because I said so. One more time.
619-604-6569.
Yeah, because it's my fucking podcast, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, that was good.
I'm sorry.
I hate my job.
I thought that was funny.
It was. And I was like, I sat here and I was like,